Hello, Gemini. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very well, Gemini. Let's see how your energies are going to be at this moment so that you can use them to your advantage and be able to see a situation from a new point of view. This reading is general. Take what resonates with you. If not, disregard this message. And it applies to all those who have their sun, ascendant, as well as their moon or Venus in the sign of Gemini. Gemini, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts, where I will be uploading new content. If you need a personal consultation, you can write to me at the email shown on the screen. And I will be sending you all the information you need. We are going to channel a message for the sign of Gemini. Gemini, for this moment, Gemini. This starts with the Three of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Ace of Swords. Over here, we have the Seven of Cups. Well, Gemini, I see very good energies. When it comes to your emotional and affective expression, also in the way you relate to others, but also very focused on what has to do with love, affection, and friendship. You are also starting to clear things up, to clear up doubts, to clarify a lot of what you feel, to clarify or even clean your environment, clean your connections, your relationships, and also separate what is false from what is true. It seems like you've reached a point where you're starting to choose. For example, you might be here with many people you know, with groups. It could be friends, relationships of different kinds. Have you noticed that each of these people has a different quality and each of these people comes to offer you something different? Maybe it's not about trying to please everyone here, but rather about choosing, about selecting. Also with those you vibe with the most, with whom you truly have a real emotional connection. Where do you see yourself in this group? Because what I feel is that you all are going through a series of very important changes in what has to do with the social environment, with the people you share emotions and values with the people you also trust. So what you are looking at is what kind of relationships, where do I see cooperation, where do I see loyalty, where do I see that what I give is also valued, where do you see exchange? I mean, separating it a lot from people who maybe have told you, well, we have to meet up, the famous we have to meet up, and that never happens. And no one takes the initiative and promises are left hanging in the air, in the clouds, and that, right? It's like it never really settles. So they're kind of drifting apart a lot. That's why, they're in a moment of choosing. They don't want to be there right now. With relationships where there's no collaboration, where there's no sense of we're a team, or the same thing. This can also happen with a particular person, okay? Not just in the area of friendship, but this can also happen in the area of love. So I feel like you're at a moment where those relationships are really opening your eyes and they're starting to come in. A lot of truths about your closest relationships, friendships, or maybe even something more on an emotional level. In case this is with groups of people, as we've said, you're accessing a truth. That's why I feel like here your mind is very clear. You've accessed a big truth and you're realizing it. Which people are sincere in their display of affection? Which people you have a real friendship with? With whom do you really share these values? Let's plan something. Let's plan a project. Let me help you. This one didn't help. I bring this. Someone else brings something else. Those are the people with whom I feel you are starting to choose. I mean, I want to be with this person. I want to be with this group. I identify with them. And with those people who were maybe creating illusions, who were around, promised something, and then disappeared. And people out there, more like dreamers. Today I'm here, tomorrow I'm not. People who didn't keep their word, or people who were very indecisive. For example, you suggest doing something this weekend. The person agrees, but when the weekend arrives, they already have other plans. No, they didn't take into account what was planned before. They're experiencing brutal clarity in their relationships. And this is going to give you the chance to break ties that were illusory, that were based on ideals, dreams, or expectations. Maybe you're choosing quality now instead of quantity. I prefer to be with a smaller group, not with a lot of people, because I really feel like I don't have a connection with them. This also carries over, as we've said, to the romantic and emotional side of things. Well, surely you and those who are focused on the love aspect might have some kind of awakening, some revelation on an emotional level these days. Some big truth. That is, this person, it's like being surprised by someone, right? Whether it's because of a message you receive or because you start talking to this person and realize you have a lot in common. That the relationship is a real relationship. It's a relationship where there's romance, there's excitement, there's expectation, but there's also something that's being grounded. You see that there's also a desire to work on the relationship. There's a willingness from this person. There is like a need for recognition as well. And here I am, and I want us to move forward with this relationship project or as a couple so that it doesn't just remain an illusion or a fantasy. Let's see what else we have. Let's go. General energy at work. Available. Gemini sign. Let's take 3 more arcana. You have the Pope. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the 7 of Wands. 10 of Wands over here. Gemini, I feel that in this situation we've talked about with these people, this circle, you're no longer here to carry the burdens, responsibilities, and energies of other people, or to say, if I don't take care of the relationship of those people who make promises, if I don't take action, these people don't move. So if I don't hold the bond together, the bond falls apart. And maybe what the energy is telling you is exactly that, to let this weight fall away. Because the relationship or the bond wasn't legitimate. I mean, it wasn't real. It was more like an illusion. Something fake regarding groups, teams, and interaction. Also, Veterinidad, Woodworking, Docena program. Because you're getting a lot of data, a lot of information to go a little bit at a time about risks, doubts, decisions, the maneuver. They can be from your past, they can be connections that have some history, people you've known for a long time, and you say here, I no longer want to keep holding on to a connection, a relationship out of habit, because it's really weighing on me, making it hard to move forward in the relationship. And I don't want this connection to be an obligation or a burden. Or maybe it's just hard to connect, requiring a lot of effort or feeling awkward. So I feel like you've set a boundary. This truth gives you the chance to calmly say no, to say this is as far as I go, to set a healthy boundary with a situation that you think might not be fair and move on to another path. Surely you are currently closing a chapter or several chapters and moving away from places, especially emotional places, relationships, friendships, environments, or an ex-love. It could also be, or from a relationship that never was. That is, well, there's nothing more to do here, nothing else to carry. Is there something else waiting for me on that new horizon? So I feel like you are in a movement of travel. You can really feel the energy of moving, of a mental journey, of this journey of beliefs, of thoughts. Like now you're seeing things from a totally new, different place, overcoming all that past, right? I mean, well, out of habit, out of routine, why should I stay here? If there's something here that's not real, why? Let's see what else we have. I feel like you all have awakened a new mindset, or we could say a new ideology, and you're likely defending it. It's like you've taken a stand with a vision, which is also what's really defining your personality or your new personality. Let's see what else we have, Gemini. You have the Six of Cups here. We have the Moon and we have the Ten of Swords, Three of Wands. It's a bit of a conclusion, not to the reading, because here, this connection or this person from your past, from your childhood, appears. A person you've known for a very long time, right? A person with whom there have been many shared experiences, many gestures. But I also feel that it's a person you've helped a lot, a person you've given a lot to. Even more than you can give. Naturally, this person took it. Maybe this person has gotten used to these gestures, has gotten used to, or has also stayed in that comfort of always receiving from your side. I feel that you did it as an act from the heart, not out of feelings of friendship and love at the time. But there are many things that have started to come to light, many things that have started to be revealed, and a lot of it has to do with this person's attitudes. Could it be that this person there's someone from your past who has disappeared? Someone who is maybe hidden in the shadows? Because they either can't face it, don't know how to express it, or don't know how to say it. This person has hidden themselves because there's something they've realized unconsciously, but they can't express it yet. Now we're talking about the other person's internal processes, which would be like stepping into another territory. We're discussing your energy. I feel like this person may have had some kind of questionable or even mysterious behavior that really caught your attention. Don't be afraid, Gemini. Don't be afraid to let go here. Don't be afraid of losing. Don't see it as a loss, but see it as liberation. Maybe ending a story with someone, because it's very clear here. This situation with this past is no longer going anywhere. It reached its limit and stays that way. That with this person, he has felt quite a bit of disappointment, maybe a deep pain. And I'm sorry. Sometimes this feels like being left behind. I didn't expect that move. I didn't expect it after everything that has happened. I didn't expect her to respond this way or to disappear overnight. If everything was fine, I didn't expect that. Because this could also be that you find out later that, well, they've talked behind your back. But what has been said here, that's not true. There's kind of a mental game going on here. I also feel that this person has distorted reality. Maybe they've twisted it to their advantage. Maybe to avoid admitting something they're hiding or can't face. So, you Geminis are in a position where this situation with this person represents closing a chapter from your past. It goes beyond the person. It's about the closure that you are making, ending situations that are closely tied to confusion, doubt, and uncertainty to what is familiar. You are closing a major chapter of your past, leaving behind what no longer works, especially in beliefs, in a way of seeing life, in a way of thinking, and ideologies, and so on. So it's time to let go of all those thoughts that at some point made you doubt yourself. But, after this situation, what I see here is that you're already looking toward a new horizon. This situation has made you open your eyes. This situation has made you see beyond what's in front of you and start to realize that your horizon is expanding. It's opening up with new possibilities, new opportunities, new adventures, new experiences, and new people. So get ready for what's about to come. Let's see what we have in the Oracle. Dear Gemini, you have the dolphin. The dolphin tells you to just play. In the joy of living, inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow, dear Gemini. This is what we've seen for all of you. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you here next time.